subscribe, you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Daytime Emmy Day. Oh my gosh. And I mean, obviously, some of you guys are here. I was trying to figure out a way that we could do this along with my counterparts, both Bree and Keish. And I think Keish says she'll be popping in, I guess, right? Unless, did she change her mind? I know earlier she said.
I think she said that she had the celebratory dinner from work, so I'm not sure if she's going to pop in or out. She might.
Okay,
You never
gotcha.
know.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So, dang, I want to see. Did you get a chance to see anything, the red carpet or anything?
I was trying to see some fashions, and I don't know. I don't know if the people were slow loading the pictures up or something. But the only person I saw was like Melissa Claire Egan in like a very pretty peach dress.
Okay.
Um, Michelle Stafford is, I guess, wearing like a pretty gold dress, but I'm gonna
Okay.
try to check in between.
So it's nowhere on television. It's only through that link that you sent, correct?
Yeah, it's only through the Emmy site,
Oh my
so it's not gonna be
gosh.
televised.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like a viewership thing or whatever the case is, but yeah, it's gonna be online.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Well, if you are watching the Emmys, send us some updates as we go through the recap for this past week. Otherwise, welcome back if you're returning. If you're new, welcome in. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, tap that like button as well to give YouTube a friendly reminder that we are enjoying this podcast. Make sure you follow on all other platforms: TikTok, Instagram, X. Also, we have a Facebook group as well. So, thank you and kudos to you guys who are having great conversations in the Facebook group and also on threads as well. Normally, what we do, we recap The Young and the Restless first, Bold and Beautiful, and then Beyond the Gates. And this is for the week of October 13th through the 17th. We have four other segments. Flip the script. Who's taking several seats? Star of the week, pickle of the week, and the Simp Olympics. Okay. Oh, I didn't see it. Melissa Spencer says Bree, and she was talking to both of us. Did you see the cast of The Young and the Restless doing the new Taylor Swift dance it's going viral? I
No,
didn't see that. You need to drop that link, Melissa. Drop the link.
yeah, because I usually try to catch anything that Michelle Stafford posts because she's very quick to post something on Instagram. But yeah, send the link.
Yeah, drop the link in the chat, you guys. And if I sound kind of nasally, my allergies has been kicking my butt. So the sneezing and see, this is late for me because normally my allergies happen in September, and
Mm-hmm.
so the trees are not. They're still green here, girl. I'm surprised. Usually by mid to late October, we're red and yellow. With
Mm-hmm.
they're still green, maybe a light hint of yellow. So the trees are now starting to turn, and it's kicking my butt.
Yeah, and it still feels like summer down here.
Girl, it's in the 70s today, and it's October 17th in the Midwest.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was hoping we get a little bit cooler because down here, like you don't want the weather to be warm, you don't want the water to be warm because that creates hurricanes.
I know. I
Yeah,
know.
and we constantly get hit towards the very tail end of hurricane season. So I'm like, please cool down.
Yeah. And this is you in the heart of it, right? It ends in what, late November?
Yeah, November 30th.
Yeah. Oh, that's my oldest birthday. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Yeah. So I'm just surprised that it's still this warm in October. Now I think they said we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow and Sunday especially. I hope not because I we had plans this weekend. But if not,
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to find something indoors to do. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Again, if you got it's on a YouTube short. Oh, you don't have it's on TikTok or YouTube, Melissa. She says
It's
she.
probably everywhere.
Okay, I'm gonna have to just go and find it. Maybe it's on the YNR TikTok or something. So I'll go over there and take a look. All right, you guys, we're gonna without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and start with the Young and the Restless. Um, I don't. To me, if you have guys have noticed the last couple days, I have not done recaps. Basically, that's due to the fact that both shows have been pretty boring to me. So, I mean, Young and the Restless has just been dragging out. We didn't see no more of this AI stuff this week. It was all about
Mm-mm.
Christine and Danny and Tessa and Mariah. This stuff going on in LA. And here we got Sharon screaming and hollering again. And I'm like, oh, Lord, not again. Can we give Sharon another storyline where she's happy and upbeat for a change?
I'm surprised she has tears. She cried all of last year, girl.
Yep.
All of last year.
Yep.
I'm like, good gosh. I mean, but she's a talented actress. I mean, we'll see if she wins tonight. But yeah, the last couple of episodes. I was just so frustrated because it was so boring. Except for
Uh-huh.
Mariah and Tessa and Billy, and I'm like,
It's
it's
like
more the
it's
same.
exactly. I don't know, and I'm just gonna say this. They seem to easily get their contract renewed, and I don't know if it's because it's a legacy type thing, but I'm like, can we get where's the action? Where's the romance? Beyond the Gates to me is carrying the network right now.
Pretty much.
Cause Bold and the Beautiful it's off its rails right now, especially with this
Yeah.
Luna thing. And based on the previews, Poppy is happy that this has happened. Okay, I'm like, you know what? Y'all done lost y'all mind.
Yeah, well, the Poppy thing, that didn't surprise me. We'll definitely
Well, I mean, but
get that one.
still, everybody's been calling this a violation, and then you write it in your storyline that her mother is happy that you raped somebody and got pregnant. Now,
You
if
know
this
who was
was
happy?
Zende or anybody
Oh,
else,
yeah.
y'all would be screaming.
Yeah. I mean, they were definitely in their feelings when that Luna and Will stuff came out. And they circled back around and blamed it on Zende, which was insane. Happened last year, by the way. And she said that she planned it. Like, I'm just, yeah.
I'm over it.
But, yeah.
Well, here's
But
the
yeah,
thing. I wanted a break from the Luna thing, and all we got is Deke trying to become a fashion designer, and Deacon is trying to push up on Taylor. And I'm like, okay, what happened to Hope? What happened to Carter and Daphne? I'm interested in that. Can we see that?
and we haven't seen Liam
Liam,
lurking around the bushes.
exactly.
Uh, we got all this slow build up to Deke, trying to see if Hope would accept his designs, and shocker, he gets to be the designer for Hope for the Future.
Wow, so
Wow,
unexpected.
we didn't see that coming.
Girl, I'm just over it. I can't, Beyond the Gates is at the end of the soap. What do they call that? The soap hour? Not the soap hour. What they call that? In the middle of the day. There used to be a term for it that they said. The
Oh, I know what
soap
you're talking
block.
about.
Or something like
Yes,
that. I look forward to Beyond the Gates every freaking day. Every day.
if y'all could see the voice notes that we have, a lot of it is towards Beyond the Gates when we do our group chats.
Ooh,
Because
girl.
me and
And
Keisha, we would talk at night about the show.
Oh, man. Melissa said the spoilers are out for next week, and Carter and Daphne are on next Friday. I gotta wait till Friday.
Apparently, and Zende's still in the credits.
Girl, yeah, we jumping ahead. Let's go ahead and knock Y&R out the way. So I think the only sliver of a highlight is when we saw that interaction between Kane and Phyllis. I want them together. I don't care about Lily at this point. And shout out to um, Crystal Khalil. Obviously, I'm assuming she's pregnant. So she probably will be, I don't know, leaving soon. So, but go ahead and put Phyllis with Kane.
Give her a man, especially after Monday's episode. Lord
I
Jesus, give
know
her a man.
Javon said that was hot. Girl, that energy when she walked up on him and put her hand on his chest, he looking at her like, wait, what? Wait, hold on.
It was spicy. See, this is the type of energy I want from my girl Phyllis. She needs male attention desperately because we're gonna get that hot, fiery, intensity. It's something that we're missing as viewers on this show
Right.
because
Mm-hmm.
everything has just been a drag. It's literally been like paint drying, like
Right.
the Mariah storyline. But this was hot. This was the first time, me personally, I was like, okay, now I see the chemistry between Phyllis and Kane. Finally, I didn't see it before.
Oh, it's there. And they need
Yeah,
to
it
build
is.
upon it. And writers, is Josh still writing or they got that new writer?
That's a good question.
Well,
I think the
whoever is
Sophie's might
writing
know.
over at Y&R, I'm gonna need you to step into that script and put these two together. Let's go. Right now,
And
coming off a Monday episode, if you guys haven't seen it, pretty much, I don't think you're going to get anything out of it. But I felt sorry for my girl Phyllis, and they need her to go find some business, and I hope that business that she finds is Kane's business. And I don't mean just business, I mean personal too.
oh yes, they the interactions they've had, I've grown to really like it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see it as romantic at first until this episode.
Oh yeah. When he told her, cause see, she was getting on my nerves at first. Cause dude is like, look, why can't we flip the script on everybody, make this AI program for good? I need you to help me do it. It'll redeem me. It'll redeem you, and we can still make money out of this. And she wanted to stay on the dark side. And then she started taunting him. See, Billy was right. You don't know what you want and all this. I'm like, Phyllis, do you hear what this man is saying? And when
She's attracted to chaos.
right, and then when Kane was like, you know what, fine, I ain't got time for this. I can go find me somebody else. She calmed down real quick.
And I think she also asked for him to give her the AI software
Yes. Yep.
and for her to be in control of it. And it was like this push and pull of control. It was just hot to see. I was like, oh, we
Yeah.
need more of this. What are they
We.
doing on Tuesday? And we ain't getting nothing on Tuesday with
Yeah.
that.
Well, he'd better not give her control of that AI. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I,
work
I'm,
together, but give her food. No, no.
yeah,
She ain't ready for that
that's
kind of power.
no. And the thing is, like I was saying previously, that they could utilize that opportunity to, since they know that they have a system that can hack into all these different companies, create a program that beats it and then sell it to numerous of companies, be a multi-billionaire from that.
Right.
Because a lot of companies, they really, firewall security safety is paramount for a lot of companies, and if they can create something that beats that software that hacks into
Uh
things,
huh.
that would definitely have people look at them in a different light.
True. Okay. I agree. I I just somebody I was looking at some of the comments in the chat. It's just
Hmm.
like you said, Bree. It's just like watching paint dry. I just I had no motivation. I usually pull certain storylines for YNR, and I'll talk about that in a recap. The
Hmm.
last couple days, it's just like, why waste my time? Who? I mean, it was nothing that'd be like, oh yeah, we gotta talk about this. You know what I mean?
I think the only thing, well, there was like two things, but the main thing for me was my girl Claire.
Oh God, yeah, we gotta talk about her. Go ahead, Bree. I know you had a lot of. Hey, oh wait a minute. So I did let Bree, or highlighted her a recap this week, which definitely included Claire. And you got, girl, you got a lot of of comments, and congratulations on how much they compliments on how much they really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you guys. That was just my viewpoint when I watched the episode. It's probably going to be a little cuckoo, a little crazy. It's that was just really what I was thinking. I was so proud of this girl. What was the purpose of this man going to LA? He brought flowers. She said, "Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Well, I thought we could spend some time together. Well, I got plans, so you can't just up in my plans because you want to try to take control of the situation." He was like, "Well, we can take the car out and rent a convertible, and we can have some fun and be spontaneous." No, not with you. Like, what was the purpose of this man going? Because every commercial break, it was bad, like from start to finish. I'm like, sir, she don't
So
care about the flowers, nothing.
here's the thing: there's mixed reviews about what's going on. There are some people that are happy that Claire is doing what she's doing to Kyle. I
Mm-hmm.
guess based on his past history and things like that. And then there's other folks that I've seen. There was one, oh my God, I'm trying to think. Did I take a picture of it and put it in the group chat? Where the one lady was like, from Facebook, she was calling Claire all types of crazy because of the fact of how she's been moving. Here's the other thing. Jenna says in the chat, Claire need to tell Kyle that it's over. Until she does, he isn't going to leave. And she still hasn't. Because even in that same episode in LA, Claire said, well, maybe it's to give me some time to think about whether I want to spin the block, in so many words. And I'm like, so you want to go out there and get ran through and then come back to Kyle?
Pretty much, that's what it sounded like to me. And you know what? He will be right there waiting because you would have thought the way she disrespected him, and the fact that, hey, he even brought up the baby. He brought up and said, Harrison misses you. She's like, oh, okay, well, I'll take him for some ice cream or something when I get back. She was being very blasé, dismissive. She told him to his face, I need to handle what I need to handle for myself, and it does not include you. How many times does someone have to tell you they don't want you right now?
Yeah, but that's where Kyle needs to be like, oh, so you want to go out here, play around with another man, and then come back, maybe. It's like, Kyle, cut your losses and move on. Yep,
And
because
he's a billionaire's son at that.
she's a
A
billionaire
billionaire
granddaughter.
son.
She's stupid to be out there like that. Somebody, we realizing that, what's his name, Noah is in the middle of foul play, probably with that Sienna Bacall chick. And that
Yeah,
fake police.
yeah, I got a whole theory about that. But will Claire care? That's a good question. Because the way so sorry, I didn't ask for him to be here. He just showed up. And she called Kyle creepy too. But he was like, if you regret being here with me, I understand. She's like, oh, that's the last thing I regret. And the way that she had her finger on Holden's shoulder,
Uh-huh.
she wants to get into some things. She wants to try a few new rides out.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Holden is truly interested in her?
I think he is.
I don't know.
I
Let's
think
remember.
he,
Go ahead.
mhm, because if he was all about Audra, he would be trying to whisk Audra away, especially now that she's single. His time and his attention has been on Claire.
Hmm.
And I think it's more than just an assignment because Kane had told him to get information from Claire right like after he was already developing a relationship with her. I mean, they were having Vespers early on in the year,
Uh-huh.
having little secret meetings in the bar. So he had a growing interest in her.
Yeah, but the original interest was for Kane telling him to get close to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it wasn't hard for him to do at all. And then where did that go? Because we haven't had a real scene with Kane and Holden um, about like the information that Holden uncovered because he was supposed to have info on Adam and Chelsea, Mariah, and Claire. He's only really interacted with Claire, and I think either Kane forgot or maybe the writers had just completely walked away from even that pivot point regarding Holden getting information from Claire. Because what has he gotten from her so far? Which is
Mm.
nothing.
I don't even know what his ties in this Sienna Bacall lady.
But you did hear how she brought up Audra.
Yeah.
So I think whatever happened with Noah, I think something ties in with what Holden and Audra have kept secret.
Well, my thing is either way it's boring. I don't.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give us a new storyline, cause that's what's happening, give us something interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I don't know what all of this is gonna be leading to. Like the only thing I'm looking forward to is for Kyle to walk in and see that the Miss Vesper princess
Uh-huh.
was getting her back in in ways he couldn't imagine, and him regretting ever going to LA and leaving his little boy. He should have stayed home with his son.
Yeah, this is about to get ugly, but it better get interesting. If anything, it's like okay, Noah got ran off the road. It got something to do with the cop and Sienna Bacall. Now we got another mystery on our hands. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
So,
and I'm like, what did Noah get himself into? To where he's driving out to a canyon and someone drives him off into a ravine. What is with the ravine? Because that's the same thing that happened with Doug.
uh,
I'm like, did YNR pick
and
up some
Allie
tips from
too. What that?
BTG?
What's that girl name on Bowl? That Steffi ran off the road, or Thomas or somebody. All them
Oh, Emma.
ravines. Emma.
Everyone is just getting run off of the roads. I'm like, my goodness. But the ravine thing, I'm like, that just happened to Doug a couple of weeks ago. And and apparently Noah was able to survive that.
Uh huh.
So I'm surprised that Doug wasn't able to. But this boy had sur- facial constructive surgery, and now he has swelling on the brain. I'm like, my goodness. Like,
Yeah, that's
who
bad.
wanted him gone?
Right. I don't
That,
know.
and I'm
I just
like,
hope they don't tie this mess back to Kane.
I don't think so. I think this is going to tie back to Audra and Holden. Whatever they keep, because they keep bringing up the stuff that happened in L.A. and we thought it was going nowhere. Now they're in L.A. We have Cena Bacall, who knows who Audra and Holden are, and of course, Audra and Noah had a relationship. I don't think that's all a coincidence, especially after the previews for next week, where we see Sienna and Holden arguing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, it's tied into whatever Audra did.
Well, let let Claire just go. Kyle, leave her alone. She wants to go dive in the deep end of the pool. Let her go do it.
Yes. So people got to learn how to swim on their own.
Yep. She went all the way to LA because she wanted to have. Did you hear me last week when I gave the reference to Vanessa from the Cosby Show? How she want to
Yep.
go have big fun with the ratchet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is exactly.
Oh, I want to
only
go
only
have
difference is
fun.
only difference is Claire is grown, but she's got to, I mean, she got to learn for herself. I mean, we saw her with all this extra makeup caked up on.
I
She
know,
had
right?
her version of a freakum dress on. We have never seen this side of Claire, even with Kyle, ever. We only seen it once at the very beginning when she was playing Nikki's assistant.
Uh huh. Yep.
Like, I like this Claire because she was like, "Look," because I think Kyle was asking like, "Oh, is Holden staying at the hotel?" She's like, "No, you need to go. Bye." Like, I'm not answering that question. I'm like,
Yep. So
Jesus.
I agree, Sawana. Claire and can do what she wants with her with herself. Just don't come back home crying, or Victor Newman have to intervene because you went out there and had big fun with the ratchet.
Yeah, she gonna come back with speed bumps and cracks in the gravel and everything, and be like, Kyle, take me back.
Oh, leave her down there. Kyle need to go back home and spend time with his son.
Right, that poor baby was crying like, Daddy, don't leave. Why? And then he gonna go ahead and leave.
Right.
Like,
I
you
don't
didn't see
even.
your
What was the
baby.
purpose of that picture? Just to calm his nerves and push off the inevitable, because eventually you're gonna
Right,
have to tell that boy that y'all not together.
exactly. I'm like, he understands separation. He knows that you and Summer broke up, and he and Lola broke up. So look, he's okay. He will be okay.
Right.
It's not his daddy's first rodeo. He can still be around Claire. Even Claire said, "Look, I'll take him out for cookies and ice cream or the pony rides or something." She said. So she's thinking of the boy. She's on what she wants to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, Kyle, you haven't seen your baby all summer. Like his mom said, he just got back, and you want to take off, and the baby's asking you to stay there. You want to chase this girl who wants to play with the traffic lights.
I agree with you. Deb Man says Phyllis is going to run straight to Kane after the whole Danny and Cricket run in.
Girl, please do. I hope she does.
I hope she go right to that train and just take, go for it.
Yeah, because that'd
And
be
as long
hot.
as he's consenting, I'm okay with that.
Yes. And plus, he's probably do some too, because we never heard him say that he was in a relationship with someone in 6 years.
Yeah, and Lily don't want nothing to do with him. That's another one that's barking up a tree that yeah, ain't going nowhere.
I think I think what's going to happen is she's going to see Phyllis and Kane together, and I'm wondering that's going to drive the character away, so the actress can be on maternity leave. I'm just speculating, y'all. And then
Uh-huh.
when she comes back, and let's say the AI software thing becomes a success, she's gonna like, oh, Kane, you changed. I want you back. Mm-mm.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
And you need to fight with Phyllis for, yeah, I want to see that dynamic with Lily and Phyllis getting Lily together. I would love that.
I don't know, Jenna. Jenna said, "Where's Amanda?"
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think,
good
but
question.
isn't she like reoccurring?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to get invested with people sometimes. Like I love Michelle, Michelle Morgan. I hope that we get more scenes of her. Probably so, since she helped create the AI software. I would assume you're going to see her more.
Um, what do you think about them? Look like they're trying to put Nate and Victoria back together.
Boo! I'm sorry. I don't know. I know there's probably some people who are Nate and Victoria fans, but I'm like, this is incredibly stupid on his part. It was dumb for him to ever get with Audra. He's going to be looking incredibly stupid getting right back into the Newman fold. The same Newmans who looked at him and said that he was trying to sabotage Victor,
Right.
and Victoria stood there and did nothing.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yeah, I don't understand the writing on that. Why would you put those two back together? Okay, yes, you
right.
broke him up from Audra, and I know you want to put Nate in a coupling, but why Victoria again?
I would have rather them given him a break from anything romantic and had him, really deep dive into Amy's treatment and make him realize, oh, I want to go back to doing medicine again.
That's where he.
I would have
Yep. Go ahead.
that would have been something I would have supported, not him going down this train wreck. We know what happens to all of Victoria's men.
And this will be the third time him doing that. One time with Abby, and then the second time with Victoria.
Yeah, because with Abby, he risks losing his medical license.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep.
And the moment he stood up for himself, she decides to dump him. And then we got the stuff like I mentioned with where Victor was basically setting up a trap, and they said that Nate had fell for it. But I'm like, Nate is a whole doctor. He pointed out something
Yep.
that was a concern. Oh, you betrayed my family. You're fired. You had to get away from the company, get away from my family. And what did Victoria do? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Nate need to go back into the hospital system. I mean, I didn't understand why the writers pull him out of there to become a corporate guy.
Yeah. And
He,
we never see him in an office.
uh-uh, nope,
So as much as he keeps saying that he's been focused on Amy's treatments and speaking to her doctors, and he's so concerned about making sure that she doesn't give up on herself and, you know, gets into remission. It sounded like he's a passionate doctor. Maybe writers, if you're listening, have him go in that direction versus him putting him with this train wreck named Victoria.
uh-huh, yep. So, because every time somebody talked to him, it seemed like they're asking him about a healthcare question.
Exactly. Because isn't that actually that's correct? Because this week Victoria reached out to him. I think wasn't it for
About
what's
Noah.
going on with Noah,
Uh-huh,
the brain stuff.
uh-huh,
So you guys see him as like from a doctor's perspective. Writers make him a doctor,
right.
and it's clear that he misses that.
Yep.
Because as much as they talk about the Winters, we never see Lily, Devon, or Nate at their jobs.
No.
Whenever we see Lily, she crying about Kane and crying about these invisible kids that we never see. and inflating, what apparently they're telling her. Oh, they're crying over the phone, and they're losing their mind. No, but until we see these kids, we do not care to hear what you have to say about these kids.
Yep. Sharon says Y&R need to look at what happened to B&B. No nomination on writing or soap. Wake up.
Yeah, well, the Bold is a special case. Um,
Yeah, Bold is. They just been janky for the last year and a half.
I was gonna say longer, but we'll go with the year and a
Girl,
half.
they hit us. They hit us in 2023 with the dope thing.
Yep.
That particular summer brought in people who don't even watch soaps because that coupling was so hot, so good. The ratings went through the roof, and then it fell flat after all of it ended.
Yeah. And now they have nothing for Matt Atkinson, which is insane because he's probably the most asked about actor. Thomas is the most asked about Miss character on the show, and you had nothing for him. Interesting.
Yep.
But your ratings were sky high every time he was on screen. And it's not an exaggeration, that is a fact.
Yeah. I mean, they hit records about the viewership during that time period that it even pulled in people who never watched soaps. That's how good
Mm-hmm.
it was in the summer of 2023.
Yeah. And then he left. We lost our minds as a viewer. Hope lost her mind. And she was trying to get in where she fit in with Finn. That didn't work. And then her line tanked for 4 quarters, which I cannot wait to get into that.
Jan says she really enjoyed the scene today between Billy and Jack. What do you think? She said no drama, just brothers being brothers.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I may have fast forward through that scene, in all honesty. because,
I just
because for me, it's more the same with Billy and Jack. It really is. They'll make up, or they'll have a moment where Jack wants to help him, Billy accepts it, then Billy disrespects Jack, Jack takes back his help. This is their cycle. And I was like, okay, this is more the same.
yeah.
Click.
What do you think
I
about? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad that she enjoyed it though.
Let's back up a little bit on the Billy situation because Billy found out that Sally got that money coming in from Jill, even though Jill told her not to say anything, but she wanted to be honest. And that man said, "Give it back." And I'm like, dude, you gave this woman a company, but it has no funding. Your mom is like, listen, don't tell nobody. Take the money based on your proposal and do what you got to do.
This man has arrested development. This man is half baked. He was cooked in an easy bake oven. This man calls himself he's a businessman. When he created Abbott Communications, it was more than just him and Sally. There was other employees who were depending upon their jobs. And once again, he gambled all that.
Uh-huh.
Sally, for whatever reason, loves this man. I don't know what she sees, but she saw something enough to call his mother and say, hey, I know Billy's an idiot, but I love this idiot, and so do you. I'm going to give you the pitch, and can you please fund Abbott Communications? Jill hopped back on her tablet and was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to give the money, and I know how my son is. Don't even say I gave you the money, but go ahead and do what you need to do. And so I was like, okay, no problem. This idiot told this man, oh yes, um, your mom was the one who gave us the money. I just want to be honest with you. And this man said no to multi-millions of dollars.
Yeah, he's an idiot. All because he mad at his mother. You sound like a petulant child.
This is a test tube baby or something. This man, this is he is a failure because of himself.
Uh-huh.
You would have thought this man had a pine cone in his head. I don't think nothing is in there most times. I think he just talks. And whatever Victoria, Sally, Phyllis, all these different women found some form of love with him, I don't get it. And I'm like, Sally, this man got you unemployed twice. And you had to scrape up whatever you can to make this company work. And you're a whole fashion designer. It's Abbott Communication. It's not even her name. It's his name, and he doesn't care about it. He'd rather just sit in the corner and be second in command.
That's why, Bree, when he went and had that whole conversation with Sally a couple of weeks ago, saying, I'll do whatever you want. I'll be your second in command. Whatever you want to do, we'll do it. It's about you. It's about you. And then here we are a week and a half or two later, and you talking about, no, 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 give it back. What happened to all that stuff you said to me to keep me from breaking up with you?
Yeah, well, Sally was a fool and gave him some. I'm
Girl,
like, girl, can you at least let him follow through
I
with
would have
something
see, and
before?
that might I think maybe that should be my flip the script. When he was saying all this stuff the other day, Sally should have said, "Well, what was all that you was telling me a couple weeks ago that you were gonna work for me, and I'm the one that's supposed to call the shots, and you forget about Chancellor, forget about your mom, whatever it is that you want to do, you got me. We gonna get the financing. I go get the financing, and this is what you're telling me now? What happened to what you said a couple weeks ago?"
And here's my thing. Billy has been in business. He has connections. He wasn't even able to pull up investors for his own company. He didn't even break a sweat, had a thought to even go out and do it. But Sally did.
Right. And then she went through all of that to get the money, as you say, millions of dollars, and you said, no, give it back. I don't want nothing hanging over my head.
And then say, I'm going to go and speak to my mom just to see if she's serious about it. And Sally's like, you know how that conversation's going to go.
Right.
And I'm like, Sally, you knew how any conversation about that's going to go. This is who you're dealing with.
Yep.
Is this an upgrade from Adam?
Chelsea look like she's doing better without him. They are like cohesive over there at Newman Media.
Happy. She's calling herself part of the Newman clan. Like she look. She knows what she got with Adam. Yep. Adam's going to forever be a businessman.
Yep. That's the difference between the two of them.
Adam, and this is why.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, this is why Billy is so jealous of Kane and Adam, because they have the expertise and the savvy and the success that he wants, but doesn't put any effort forth to do so.
But that's the difference between Adam and Billy. Adam is a thinker. He's like, listen, we got a problem. I'm finna figure out a way to maneuver and fix this. Billy gets in his feelings too much.
Yeah, and didn't Adam graduated from Harvard?
Correct.
And was on Wall Street?
Correct.
So this was always something that he just was meant to do, even prior to finding out that he was a Newman. He just brought that to the table, and he's proven to be successful as a CEO, by the way. He's not sitting in second command and letting a woman lead, but that's a whole other thing. And then Kane did something that even Billy's brother or Victor couldn't do, was become a multi-billionaire in less than 10 years. due to time and dedication, regardless of how he got his money, he got it.
Mm-mm.
And Billy's almost, what, 50 years old? What does he have to show for it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Except tears of a clown.
It just said tears of a clown. Oh, okay. Let's see. I was trying to see if I can, because some people are talking about winners. Okay, so General Hospital won winner of Outstanding Writing Team. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Bold wasn't even nominated. Y&R was. They didn't get it either. General Hospital got it.
Good for them.
Uh, in Outstanding Guest Performance in a Daytime Drama Series, you had Lyndon Ashby in there, Clint Howard that played Tom Starr. Oh, get out of here. Jacqueline Lopez as General Hospital, Allie Mills as Heather Weber, Valerie Pettiford as Amy Lewis, and Avery Kirsten Pole at General Hospital. The winner, General Hospital, Allie Mills.
What? Oh, wow. Congrats, Allie. I wasn't expecting that.
All right, so outstanding supporting performance in a daytime drama series actor Taj Bello in General Hospital, Blake Barris in Days of Our Lives, Michael Graziati as Danny Romalotti, Y&R, Gregory Harrison as Gregory Chase in General Hospital, and Jonathan Jackson as Lucky Spencer on General Hospital. Jonathan Jackson, General Hospital is the winner.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Never
Outstanding
seen General Hospital.
Outstanding supporting performance in a daytime drama series. Lindsay Godfrey was nominated. Courtney Hope as Sally Spectra. Kate Mancy as Christina Corinthos, General Hospital. Emily O'Brien as Teresa Donovan, Days of Our Life. And Susan Walters as Diane Jenkins Abbott, Young and the Restless. And Susan Walters has won.
Nice.
Woohoo!
I
All
think that's
right,
her first
congrats,
Emmy win.
Susan Walters playing Diane Jenkins. All
Good
right.
for her.
So look like that's the winners we have so far. So there's still other categories. So okay, Peter Bergman is up for lead performance in a daytime actor. So Peter Bergman, Eric Martsolf, Days of Our Lives, Greg Rickhart, who is also what's his name on Y&R? He's Leo Stark
Um,
on Days, but on Y&R,
yeah.
Michael's brother. Um,
Oh, Kevin Fisher.
Kevin Fisher, but he's on Days of Our Lives with the nomination. Paul Teifer for Days of Our Lives and Dominic Zamprogna for General Hospital. So we're waiting on that. We're waiting on lead performance actress. Now Y&R got quite a bit in this category.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Case, Eileen Davidson, Melissa Claire Egan, Michelle Stafford. And then the other two is Nancy Grand from GH and Laura from GH. So we still got a few other categories. So Drew Barrymore won Outstanding Daytime Talk Series, which that's a CBS station. Let me see if there's any updates. I'm gonna refresh. All right, so that's what we got so far, y'all. But shout out to
Nice.
Susan Walters. She got it.
Very happy for her. I think, because I just looked on here, it's her first Emmy win.
Yep. Yay.
Good for her.
Jenna
She's
said,
been
"What
on
did
Y&R.
Diane do?"
Oh. I think the Emmy reel was her finding out her husband relapsed, which I'll talk about the actress. Those were good scenes. Um, I think, especially for as long as Susan Walters has been on the show, I'm glad that she finally got her Emmy win. Um, I was hoping Michael Grozadave, who plays Daniel, would have won because that Heather storyline was just so
Yeah.
intense, and that was incredible acting. But I don't know who all he was really up against. I never really seen the other shows before. But congrats to the winners.
Okay, so that other category, that lead that got four Y&R nominations, I can understand why.
Yep.
Because we had what was that storyline that Eileen Davidson did when she was going through that in them three beds?
That was that DID storyline,
Right.
and when we saw this, we were like, "She's winning her Emmy."
Then let me see who else is in that category. Let me go back again. I gotta remember.
That was.
Oh, here it is.
Mhm.
So Eileen, what did Melissa Claire Egan do last year?
That was the OCD storyline with
Connor.
Connor.
Okay. Michelle Stafford.
Um, Everything that happened with Daniel getting arrested
Okay.
and the stuff that happened with Heather, her snapping off on Sharon, like a lot of great scenes, really.
And then Sharon Case, she had a whole year of chaos.
She had 8 months,
Right.
so she was like here's my greatest hits. Like they had 8 months worth.
Right.
I honestly, this is a tight race for Y&R.
Yeah, it
Me
is.
personally, I want Eileen Davidson to win. I thought
Yeah.
that was like incredible work on
Okay,
that
let's
actress's
see.
part.
Let's see if we got some more stuff. Okay. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Let's see. I was trying to see if we got some more updates. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Not yet. Okay. I'll try to keep watching y'all as we cut in because we still got to talk about this week while at the same time, well, Courtney Hope is back. Oh, no, she got knocked out by Susan. Okay.
Susan.
Yeah, she was in the same
Yeah, and I
category.
agree with you, Jenna. Melody was robbed
Oh,
of a
yeah, Melody was
nomination.
robbed.
And it's like I said, there's no disrespect to any of the nominees. I would have swapped her out for somebody else.
And I got an idea of who.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
she should have been there. She should have been there. That whole thing, and that's probably what Peter Bergman got that nomination.
Exactly. I was for sure thinking that this woman would at least got a nomination. I'm incredibly surprised she didn't, but one of the actresses, I'm surprised she did.
Yep. So,
Like I
man,
said,
that's more
no shade.
interesting. Listen, that's more interesting than talking about what happened this week. At
Yes.
least on Y&R, because, I mean, yeah. And then Audra, that whole thing with her getting mad seeing Victoria and Nate, it was like, girl, what do you expect?
It's
It's
karma.
over.
No, no, it's karma. Because remember how she curated those two to be sleeping together when he was with Elena?
Uh huh.
So this is karma biting her now. It bit him, now it's biting her. Everything comes full circle. I don't feel sorry for this girl. Um, I'm like, girl, bye. He didn't see you. Not everyone has to see you. We see dirty mattresses on the street all the time.
Oh, girl, you crazy.
But what else happened? Oh, I'm so mad I wasted my time watching Mariah and Tessa.
Oh
Did you see
God,
that?
girl.
That girl came and saw Mariah 2 times, and Mariah said she wasn't showing up. And then the third time, she shows up and says literally only like a couple of words every scene. Like, oh, okay, that's nice. Oh, you look pretty. But or no, Tess was saying like, oh, you look pretty. And I don't really feel pretty. I'm I'm like, Or is Tessa gonna bring up the stuff that she found out with Daniel about the guy and saying and trying to get information? This was like a pointless scene, and then the fact that Mariah didn't want to hug her, like she
Right.
gave her the church pat on the back and then left, and then Tessa's breaking down crying. I'm like, I'm so sick of seeing this woman bi-weekly and nothing's moving forward. Noah hasn't even shown his face on the screen. He has a more interesting storyline.
Girl, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, where are we going with Mariah's storyline?
Girl,
Does
well, my
anybody
thing
know?
is, I only think that this is all set up because they're trying to bring Daniel into the loop with Tessa, which we get to see a little bit of that next week. But it was like, did we have to do all of this to get there?
Yeah, I mean, they could have had like Mariah and Tessa like fighting over like how to raise the baby, like anything. Why did they have Mariah attempt to unalive a guy? Because and the thing is, the writers think that we're not smart. You first said that she unalived somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and then you flip it and say like, oh, she attempted to unalive. Not like I caught all that. Like we caught all of that. And then now they're trying to clean it up and say like, oh, the guy, he's okay, he's fine, he walked out and he was just distraught and blah 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 blah. I'm like, so everybody was able to walk away. So why is this a storyline? Why is this a discussion?
Yeah. Why? Just why? Really? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I was
Why?
so mad. I was so mad in the group chat that I wasted my time with that episode. I'm like, nothing moved forward with a lot of the storylines this week.
Yeah, it was just slow. And then you introduce a new storyline that's probably going to drag out too for the next 8 months.
Yeah.
Because we
Oh,
had the
you know.
Sharon storyline that dragged out for 8 months. And then we
Mhm.
had Kane and his storyline dragging out since December of last year. So now what?
Yep. Yeah. But whatever it is, I'm hoping we get some form of excitement. Maybe it's a slow build into November sweeps because we got 2 weeks left before that happens.
Yep,
So I'm just like, yeah, that was pretty much it. What happened?
pretty
There's,
much. All right,
I'm,
we're moving on to Bold Girl. And that
yeah.
ain't no better. All right, so we had the whole pregnancy paternity test that was a blood test that you could take at 7 weeks. I don't even know if that exists in real life. Maybe it does. But 7 weeks is kind
I
of
never heard of that.
me either. That you could take a blood
Uh,
test and it's going to tell who's the father in 7 weeks. Usually, women find out about week 6 that they're pregnant. She found out 3 days after she had sex.
right. She got a pregnancy test the day after she slept with him and kept getting tests. And like, they haven't even barely changed clothes. I would almost want to say, like, all of this happened within a week at
Yep.
this point. Because for like a good 2.5 weeks, they were in Lee's house, uh, and seeing stuff that was going on with Luna. Like the writing can be very ridiculous, and now there's like some Star Trek like generation genetic testing that she can get done in 7 weeks. I'm like, the baby hasn't even formed arms or leg or none of that. But you guys can determine who the father is. If that were the case, a lot of these issues in real life would be dealt with if you'd have done that soon. But yeah, he's the pappy.
I'm trying to figure out
Shocker.
the day that what was that? Was it September 19th?
It, it was, I think, the start of the new season.
Okay.
September something. It was the start of the new season. And
Okay.
we're in the middle of
So it's
October.
only been a month.
Right.
So y'all had her get pregnant, and after 3 days after having sex, and then now she has Sorod 7 weeks.
Yeah.
You,
Magically.
girl, you talking about gaslighting?
Jeez.
You're talking
I
about
mean,
gaslighting.
I guarantee this girl is going to give birth in February for February sweeps.
So you think they're gonna Sorod at 9 months in the next six?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
February.
yeah.
What's this? November, October, November, December, January. 4 months.
Yeah. In November, for November sweep, she's going to show a bump. Like,
Well, listen, she did better than Karen on Sisters because the girl was pregnant for like 5 seasons.
yes.
So,
I was so shocked. Like, the storylines literally took place within a couple of months. And, like, she barely moved a trimester. I'm like, this woman was pregnant. Like, she finally gave birth to her babies, but it took 5 seasons for her to give birth.
so what you mean to tell me that that was 9 months in that whole 5 seasons? Yeah, okay. Whereas we can get a
Apparently.
quick 7 weeks in less than a month with Luna.
Yeah, she's gonna start. She'll be showing, um, getting ready to hear the baby kick in November. Then by Christmas, like she's gonna have like little. She's gonna start crowning. Not crowning, but like her belly is gonna get large. But by February, she's giving birth.
Yeah, I agree, Sawana, that it doesn't take long for a woman to get pregnant. There's a window of about 72 hours um, from time of copulation to uh, fertilization. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
72-hour window. So, yes, it does take that, amount of time. However, most tests doesn't identify a pregnancy until you miss your first period, which is usually about week 4 after that, right? 4 to 6.
Yeah, I can speak for myself. Like I was told to wait until like you're 2 weeks late
Uh-huh.
before you do a test, and then you have to do a blood test to make sure it's definitive that you're pregnant. But anything that has to do with gender, I think I was well into my second trimester.
Girl, yeah. I mean, when I found out, because I found out in my pregnancy, the genders, I it was, I think I was like almost 5 months.
Yeah, about 20 weeks.
Yep. About 20 to 24 weeks. That's not 7.
Right. Like this is some high tech AI something to where they're able to get that information. I'm like, my goodness.
Because I remember having an ultrasound around week 6, and it's the size of a. You ever seen, and this is how they described it, and that was obviously 20, almost 30 years ago, because my kids are 25 and 28 now. But you know how on the old computers where you have the little cursor that's like a dash that flashes?
Mm-hmm.
That was the size of it at 6 weeks. It's so small.
Yeah.
And
It's teeny tiny.
right, and for them to say, well, we can spot something in your bloodstream. Now, I understand that you can find the HCG hormone in your bloodstream. Okay, cool. But to find out what the gender is at that stage, yeah, I think they making that up. I could be wrong. I mean, we're in a time of modern technology as far as it has been ever, but I think Bold is just making that up.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that. That is
No,
crazy to me.
no,
Like, so the male, his DNA is supposed to be within her blood system. All she had to
girl.
do is just, Bridget just took some blood, and it shows that it was Will's DNA. That made
No
that
sense.
is none. I've never heard of anything like that. If there's nurses or doctors in the chat, if this exists, please let us know. Because
You know what? Let me look it up right quick. I'm gonna go to Google. Let's see.
yeah,
Let us
but
see.
this was like, and the fact that this girl barely had any pregnancy symptoms at 7 weeks. I'm like, this girl was about to go to the pool and talking about, I'm gonna get a tan and blah 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 blah, and like taking slaps to the face. You would have thought this woman would be lightheaded, tired, sleepy,
Oh wow!
nauseated,
Wait,
something.
wait.
What?
It
Uh-oh.
says you can find out the baby gender with a blood test as early as 6 to 7 weeks into a pregnancy.
Whoa. Wow.
It's
Well, we learned
called
something.
the non-invasive prenatal test, and what it does, it detects the Y chromosome. The test detects the test. Lord, wait, we said gender, right? We're not talking about gender. We're talking about paternity.
Paternity.
Okay, hold on. But you can't find out the gender that early. Okay, so let's talk about paternity.
Yeah.
What do why do we get gender from? I don't know. We were talking about that, I guess.
I think we brought it up a little bit that you can't even,
Oh,
they,
okay, here we go. Prenatal paternity tests can be done as early to 7 to 9 weeks into a pregnancy. The test
wow.
involves a blood sample from the mother and a DNA sample from the potential father, like a cheek swab, which is what they did to Will, to analyze baby's DNA, which is found in mother's blood. Invasive tests using samples, and they can get it from the placenta. But yeah, that's they pull a baby's DNA is isolated from the mother's maternal blood, and that's how they do it.
Wow.
Modern
Well,
technology, girl.
well, we all fail biology class.
Right. Well, listen. I was in biology class in the late '80s, so you know. And even my kids who, let's see, my son graduated from high school in 2019, and my oldest graduated from high school in 2015. I still don't remember them saying this must be something new.
Yeah, I personally never heard of that, but hey, all right,
I think
well,
that's a good thing, but that's a whole nother podcast.
yeah, oh, we got to have a discussion about that because I'm like,
Yes. That's a
but
whole nother podcast if you want to start looking into who actually is the father.
yeah,
Anyway, that'll
but
save
Will
some
is,
money in family court. But go ahead.
yes, yes. I wonder how much that test is too.
Oh,
But the result shows that Will is the
oh,
pappy.
wait. Let's see if we got
Oh,
updates. Hold on.
mm-hmm.
Hold on. Yep, Will is the. Keep talking, girl.
Yeah, Miss Luna got her wish, and everybody was looking crazy. And then we find out that Electra decided to call the
Yes,
police
she did.
and say, and say you're going to jail, and then slaps the girl too.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Susan got that. Oh, come on, screen. Get out of here. Give me a second.
Did Lisa win?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Do 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 do
She
do.
better win. But I'm just I'm hoping we get a little bit of a break from the
Uh,
Luna storyline. So
yeah,
I think
tell
it's
me about it.
like, remember when she was just only singing like on Fridays? We can kind of go back to that at least every other month,
Right.
something, something. But they decided to send her off to jail, and Bill and Katie said, "Oh, when you drop that baby, we're going to take it from you, so you can spend the rest of your life in jail."
Right.
And I'm like, that woman would have to sign over her rights for her own child. But, that's a whole other discussion. But the fact that Electra slapped this girl twice, she did love poking this bear for absolute. And I'm like, girl, the day that Luna gets out, you bet you'll run for your life because
Mm-hmm.
she's going to remember them slaps.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Most definitely. I'm like, girl, you playing with fire. Are you trying to sign your death wish?
Apparently. And she was, and I'm like, you definitely a forcer. You definitely get that from Steffi. And then cry wolf, like, oh my God, she's dangerous, but you gonna hit the dangerous person.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever happens, look, you've been warned.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
yeah, I'm wondering how this is gonna happen if, because I don't think there's any way that Bill and Katie can say like, "Oh, I'm taking your baby." She still has rights to her child.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. Unless they declare her as unfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the way Bold writes, she's gonna have custody of her
Okay, so
baby.
Lisa Yamada did win for Daytime Emmy of Emerging Talent.
Yay! Well deserved.
She got it.
Well, that character flip last year, well deserved. Very talented.
Yep, she did it. I mean, we had that off and on. It's been off and on about Luna for the past year and a half. So, yeah.
Yeah, from Who's My Daddy to unaliving potential fathers and throwing Steffi in a cage to finding out that her cousin and her mom and hooked up.
Right.
Like, just a lot going on with Miss Luna.
Yep. But shout out to Lisa Yamada. Obviously, but even though she acted out everything to the T, the problem is what they're giving her. It's just because I mean, it takes the talent of the actor to bring the script to life. Obviously,
Right.
it's just the writing of what they giving her is trash. But she's doing a good job acting it.
Yes. I mean, just good for her. And just they made this category for her specifically. Um, and she nailed it. She well deserved.
Yeah, but the
Congratulations,
problem
Lisa.
is that now Bold is at an impasse. She is an Emmy award winning actress now. What do you do with that? Because y'all ain't getting no nominations outside of that, except for maybe the guy that played Tom. How y'all gonna
And the guy
hold
who
on
played
to
Remy.
her? What you say?
The guy who played Remy was also in the same category.
Right, but the thing is that everything else, the bigger ones, you ain't getting nothing. So as a
Nope.
show, when you got this young woman who got an Emmy, how do you keep her around? You gonna have to do. You got to get out of prison. Y'all done wrote her into a corner.
I feel that by November she's out. How she gets out, that's going to be the fun journey we're going to be on.
But the issue
But
is that she's still a villain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she committed
yeah,
multiple crimes. She raped a dude this year. This year, that was last year.
hmm,
How do you?
yeah,
Yeah, how do you keep? I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. What Lisa's gonna do? Cause I don't know with her other work outside of the show. Have she's gotten any awards? Well, she got one now.
yeah. I they're going to keep her around, so they're going to try to find a way. She'll be out of prison. But nobody stays on the show who goes to prison. They don't stay in jail for too long, like about a month or so tops, because the jail scenes get kind of boring after a while. So she's not going to break out of prison or anything like that. Something's going to happen where like some medical emergency with the baby, and that calls for Bill and Katie's attention, and Bill
Uh-huh.
pulls some strings and gets her out, and then she's on house arrest at his house,
And I
something like that.
and I agree, Jules. See, one person does not make a show. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Bold has to step up and bring in other decent storylines.
In your honest opinions, since we're almost 2 months out of the year, do you think that they have, since they got their contract renewal?
No, I mean, all we got is this sad story with Taylor, who was in a relationship with Ridge, who flip flopped and married Brooke in less than 2 seconds after you break up with the other girl that you were engaged to. Hope decided to
And
go back to Liam.
and
The
then Liam's storyline too,
right,
which, to be very honest, I think he is going to get nominated next year,
yeah.
because it was some really good performances. I wouldn't be surprised if Annika threw her stuff in, regarding her scenes that she had with Scott
Uh
when
huh.
he revealed the cancer thing. Um, and I hope Cassandra Creech, who played Dr. Buckingham, gets nominated too. So there's potential, but Beyond the
Oh
Gates is going to
yeah.
be in the running.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Beyond the Gates gonna get a bunch of them next year.
So if there was any chance for Bold to get an Emmy win, it was here
Yep.
this year, because next year is going to be hard for a lot of these other shows.
I agree.
Personally,
I agree. Beyond the Gates gonna get him a run for the money. But yeah, the only thing that we had pretty much this week, besides the paternity, which Will, you are the father. Um,
mm-hmm.
Poppy and Finn finding out that she was still alive. This man, I don't. I just. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he's being a little too hard on Luna as his daughter?
um, I don't know, I have mixed feelings. I can understand his perspective,
Uh huh.
but the way that Lee is trying to get Poppy to understand, like, your baby's alive, we really didn't get much of a reaction from Finn regarding her being alive.
Right.
He just kept saying, um, well, she needs to pay for her crimes and whatnot. Not minimizing what she did. Your baby, your child, your firstborn child, did not expire. How do you feel about that? And I think that's why Lee probably did what she was doing, for her son, because that is his baby. She did what she had to do to save her baby when it was
Uh-huh.
him. She did the same thing for his baby. And no one has to understand the reasoning for it, but that's what Lee decided to do, because that's her blood too. And I don't think that I think that she's trying to make an attempt to try to correct all the mistakes that Poppy made regarding her child, but it didn't work.
Right.
So, is he being hard? I feel like it's more of the same from even when she was alive.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't, he had no real reaction. He's just more concerned about how Steffi's gonna react.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think they should be afraid of her? Now, I know the situation with Will, but now she's pregnant.
Right.
What do you think? Will she,
Should they
do you
be
think,
afraid of her? I mean, she can still put some stuff in some drinks.
yeah,
I
she
mean,
could. Yeah, she could. She could.
I think I don't think he's gonna have really much of an opinion because when Steffi gets back, Ridge and Steffi are gonna drill into his head for him to not have any relationship with her, to not have any empathy for her,
Mm-hmm.
to not even remotely think about you know having a relationship even with the grandchild. So I think this is as far as his opinions. This is as far as it's going to go in that
Okay.
office. And I think when Steffi gets back, he's going to go back to being who he was when she was here, which is follow his wife's directions.
Gotcha. 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 Okay.
And I'm sorry about if you guys hear like motorcycles, I don't know what's going on, but I know it was like bike week or something, but I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah, I hear it too.
I'm so sorry,
All
guys.
right. So, what did you think about moving away from that? Because we kind of talked about that for the last half hour. The other thing we had is Taylor, Sheila, and Deacon.
Oh, I'm not a fan of this. I don't care for this.
Me either.
I don't I don't want this for Taylor. Let writers, you guys write 3 weeks ahead. You've had other actors and other people who written for your show who said you guys write 3 weeks ahead. You guys got time to correct this. I do not. I'll speak for myself. I personally do not care for Taylor and Deacon as a couple. I want her to have her own man, someone who has not been tainted by Brooke
Well, she's
or
tied to two
has the
people.
ability to say that they miss Brooke and Brooke is the love of their life. I don't want any man on the show for Taylor to go and say that.
Well, not only is she tied to Brooke and, her ex, but now you got Sheila in the mix.
Exactly. And it's like one traumatic thing after another. It's
Mm.
like, let this woman have a break. Have her some peace. Why is it okay for Brooke and Ridge to have their peace? But you guys want to put Taylor through nothing but turmoil ever since the character debuted. There was like a person who made a full list of everything that she went through, being trapped in a snowstorm, having tuberculosis, being on the live like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, this woman has been through everything, losing her child, losing Phoebe, and then carrying and giving birth to Brooke's child, and then losing custody of the child, which is Jack, and everything that this woman has been through has been traumatic.
Girl,
Let this woman have something.
Jenna says Taylor and Deacon have no chemistry. Agreed. Angela Atkinson is like, why does the writer going to make Taylor fighting over a man again? Because she's going to be
Yeah,
fighting with Sheila over this dude.
yeah. And it's like, why get her mixed up with that? And then on the flip side, you have Deke and Hope saying, like, oh, I hope that he finds somebody who's going to be the opposite of Sheila. And they're going to be welcoming to Taylor being in his life, which I'm like, the way that Hope disrespected Taylor last year.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't even want that for her.
Mm-hmm.
I, I, I just let this woman have her own man.
Mm-hmm.
Same way on YNR, they create a new character that doesn't have any ties or any attachments to, for one of the main characters to have a relationship with. Why do you constantly put her with put her with men that have been associated with Brooke? Why?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, like, just let her have her peace.
Hey, Angela,
That's all I'm
that's what I
saying.
said. Angela said, leave Deacon with Sheila. Exactly. And that is correct.
Yeah,
Krista Allen and Deacon have way more chemistry than this particular actress. Yes, I agree with that.
yeah. And love Rebecca Buddick. Um, but when we saw Krista Allen and Deacon, that was hot and spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind that dynamic.
Me either.
But in general, if for the Taylor character, I would rather her have her own man
Right.
at this stage in her life and at this point.
I agree. I totally agree. Um, anything else? I I mean the Deke got, you know, he met up with Electra. They seem to be cool. And then
Mhm.
he got the contract. Whoop de doo. We kind of talked about that earlier, so
Oh, we are so shocked.
right.
And it's someone who really understands Hope's vision. I'm
Uh-uh.
so upset.
You see Jay Money? Hey Jay.
Oh, wait a minute. Sir, what does man say? He says, nah, I had to come on here and defend my ship. Yes, Krista and Sean had more chemistry, but I support this version too. I'm all for Deacon and Taylor. Sorry, not sorry. You are the
Whatever,
cheese that stands
Jay.
alone in that. You're the cheese that stands alone. You pop up. When was the last time you seen Jay pop up?
Jay be listening back there. He be watching from the back corners in the shadows.
Look, we had look. You feel free to support them. That is fine. I am going to protest and say that please get Taylor her own man.
Right. Mm-mm.
I personally do not care for Taylor and Deacon.
Me
Sorry,
either.
not
There
sorry.
is zero chemistry right now with these two. Zero.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay. Now I do like Carter and Daphne, and I know you don't.
Oh, Daphne's his favorite girl. He loved him some Daphne. He looked forward to every time she's on screen.
Mm-hmm.
We. He cannot wait for scenes with Daphne. Will you get her all the way on Friday next week?
Mm-hmm. He said I can't be the only one in here that likes Taylor and Deacon. Yeah, just about. Okay, let me run a poll.
Yeah.
If you like Deacon and Taylor, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't, drop a 0 in the chat. 1 if you like Deacon and Taylor, 0 if you say no. So Jay, oh Bree put Bree. That's a bunch of zeros, Bree.
Sorry, not sorry.
Jay put a 1. No. 1 vote, sir. 1 vote, sir. Stop it. Melissa's got 0, 0. Look at all the zeros. 0.0.
It's adding up to nothing.
How about this is what I'm going to put in there. Hold on. Let me put this in here. Hold on. There you go. Negative 0.
Yeah, only one vote,
Wait a
Jay.
minute. So Wanna put a 1 in there.
Okay.
Well, there you go, Jay. You and Sawana likes Taylor and Deacon. He said, "This how y'all gonna do me?" I guess.
The- Hey, sorry, not sorry.
It's a lot of
This,
zeros in the chat. J Money.
we don't see what you see. We respect it though.
Girl, wait a minute. Amali says, "How about Zende and Taylor?" Uh,
Uh, well,
no.
first, Zandy has to get from out of the credits first because that's as most as we're going to see him right
Yeah, I
now.
don't know what's going on with Zende. We ain't
And
seen
plus,
him since the little party that Will had at
yeah,
the
that was back in early
August.
September. Yeah, something like that. And they putting him with the Twinkies and the teeny boppers. So he's stuck on the Disney Channel. And
He's stuck on the Disney Channel.
but I thought the way that he and Daphne have flirted, I thought that was going to lead to something, but it didn't happen.
Nope.
I wouldn't mind if Zende and Carter were fighting for Daphne's attention or something. I don't know. That'd be
Jay asked
interesting.
me, Jay said, "T, do you see chemistry with Deacon Electra? Because I liked him too." I did bring that up in the chat. I thought I saw chemistry between those two. Now, I don't know if they're going to go that route because Deke is in a relationship with Remy, but I saw some chemistry in there.
Janice.
What's that?
Oh my gosh. She said that is crazy and stupid.
Yeah, to bring. She said it makes no sense to bring back hope for the future.
Oh,
What you thought?
okay. We definitely got to talk about that.
Mm.
I was
Tacky
so
for the
angry and
future.
upset. Tacky for the future. This girl had the nerve to say that out of all the designers that she had, this one finally gets her and gets her vision. And I'm like, the designers get the vision from you. You're the curator. You are the visionary for your line. So she couldn't convey that with even with RJ, Zende, Eric, Ridge. The person prior to Deke was Thomas, who resuscitated her line numerous times.
Bree, you hear what Jenna say? Jenna said goodwill for the future.
Girl. Now we respect Goodwill. I don't even want to put that on Goodwill either. It's just she has tacky taste. She has terrible taste, and Deke was trying to tell her that last week.
Girl, what the heck is boho chic?
Well, I get the boho chic, but her version of boho chic is Little House on the Prairie. It's doily. It's shower curtains. It's tablecloths. It's anything but fashion. And if she can't even pick a decade that she wants to be in, she can't pick a color scheme. We saw all that ugly mess last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, this year actually. This year, last year. Anything outside of Thomas, this girl loses her mind. She lost it to the point.
You said this year? She didn't have a line this year. She just got it back. It was kicked to the curb last fall.
We see how she was looking. Okay, we seen the clothes she was wearing. Look, the way that Thomas, he blessed this girl with style, with sense, with taste, with some edge. Like, she had her whole hair cut. She was dressing in all kind of form fitting, sleek, you know, fashionable stuff. Like, he banged some taste into her, and then he left, and it was left with scraps, and she couldn't have a thought to herself, literally, to where she failed all four quarters, and the buyer sent all the stuff back.
Right.
Calling Ridge, calling Steffi, saying, "Nah, no, this is not good enough for Goodwill."
It's not good
Try the
enough for
Salvation
Goodwill.
Army.
At the same. Oh man.
but but magically, Deke gets her and understands her so well that he's, even though he's hasn't had any conversations on screen or mentioned off screen at all.
Yeah, we supposed to assume that they just been talking for years.
Yeah, so
At least with Lily, she say she talked to her kids. We haven't heard anything about conversations with Deke
or Douglas for
or
that matter.
Douglas. Right.
She ain't bothered to go see that baby at all.
Mm-mm.
Like, not one trip to Paris, nothing. It's just all about you and your love life. Not even a mention of your son. She been crying about losing hope for the future. Like, remember that period where she got fired and she was out for like about a month and a half, and she's just sitting over on Brooke's couch, just sulking and mad. She didn't think about her baby not once, or better yet, had any ideas of what she's gonna do for her own career. She was literally handed back hope for the future.
Mm-hmm. And by her simpy ex.
Right.
He went
And I'm
over there
like,
and begged Ridge to bring that line back, thinking it was going to be a slam dunk for her to say, "Oh my God, yes, let's get married." And she was like, "Oh, thank you for the line, but no, we're not getting married."
it was like, thank you for the line, but I'm going to go to the daddy daughter dance, even though it's for daddies and daughters. I had no purpose of being there, but I'm going to go anyway.
Right.
See, had he not pitched that line, would we be here talking about it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm like, Carter, why did you do this to us? I'm praying for Deke's sake that he has some cute taste and this works out. But once again, a disrespect to Thomas and disrespect to Zende, who's been working on her line forever. And the common denominator is her and her ugly sense of fashion.
Priscilla Hall. She said, "I'm sick of Hope and her stupid clothing line. Let her get a design Barbie and learn something."
And that's the other thing too. Deke at least went to design school. What has she done?
Girl, nepotism.
Apparently, didn't she say that Forrester is her birthright?
Birthright to what? You mean
Exactly.
Deacon's Pizza Restaurant is your birthright?
I said it before. It's pizza and panties. That is her birthright.
You stupid.
Like, I would, and here's the thing, writers, this is where you missed me. I don't even care for the Tacky for the Future line. I would have been more interested if she was the new model for Brooke's bedroom. Elevate her and move her forward. You could have had her take over her mother's line or something. Because Hope has no vision. She's supposed to be have her ears to the streets when it comes to the youth. And Deke said, "No, you never
Like,
did."
no, I don't think so.
So, I mean, yeah. Anyway.
No.
What happened?
Outstanding lead performance in a daytime drama. That's the category that Sharon Case, Eileen, Melissa Clare, Michelle Stafford was in.
Uh-huh.
Nancy Lee Grahn at General Hospital got it.
Oh, wow.
Outstanding lead actor. Days of Our Lives. Paul Telfar got it. So Peter Bergman did not get it.
So Y&R didn't get any wins so far.
Except for Susan Walters.
Susan Walters. Wow. I am shocked.
That whole category, it had four Y&R
There
nominations
was
in there, and I would at least assume one of those four would have got it.
wow.
Wow.
I, I'm I'm shocked. There was three heavyweights.
Sharon,
So
Eileen, definitely.
Sharon, you did all that crying, girl. Oh, man. She strung out all her tear ducats and didn't get the Emmy win. My lord, poor. Whew. And I'm like, this was a year to win the Emmy because next year,
Oh yeah, it's getting
uh,
crowded. It's getting crowded
yeah,
next year.
it's gonna be something else next year. It's gonna be hard to win an Emmy next year.
Oh my
But
God, I can't believe that. Oh my goodness.
they say who won for writing.
Writing.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding writing team was General Hospital.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oof, goodness.
Yeah, why? It doesn't surprise me because Y&R has been a sleep fest.
Wow. Well, congratulations to the winners. This is a
But the crazy thing is, it's only four daytime soaps right now. I mean, last year.
yep.
Days, General Hospital, Y&R, and Bold, and only three out of the four. That's how bad Bold was last year. They was like, don't even think about getting in that category.
Yeah.
Her writing.
It would be hard.
They didn't even get a nomination for Outstanding Daytime Drama Series. They didn't even get that.
Yeah, that was probably smart on their part.
Cause Bold was trash last year. Y'all can come off
Yeah.
of 2023 to do what y'all did in 2024 and figure that you're gonna get nominated. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There was just no way. Uh-uh. But congratulations. Aisha Jackson, there it's not televised. It's on the Emmy website. So if you
I
type
can't
in it's
exactly. Melissa, I agree with you. I can't follow it. I tried. I just can't.
me either. Like J Money, he'll give us like the little updates here and there, especially about like the new actors that are coming on to like Y&R and everything. Like he shared like clips and stuff, but that's as far as my investment goes. Like I've always been a CBS show soap
I'm
girl.
I'm still floored. Number one, like somebody said in the chat, Melody was left out. And
She
then
was
the other
robbed.
four ladies, four, they dominated the category.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Wow.
Gail Lewis said, congratulations to Nancy for her performance as Alexis, who lost her firstborn daughter. Okay, so that was her storyline. So that must have been okay. Sam
Yeah,
also
Paul, that
congratulations
Paul
to
guy
Paul.
played, yeah, the Paul Telfar. Yeah, he got it for male actor.
Wow. Okay. Well,
All right, let's move on. I guess that's enough of bold.
Eileen, you were robbed, girl.
I know she did. I know she probably like her and Sharon Case. They worked the hardest last year with that. I mean, Sharon had a long storyline. Even
Yeah,
Susan Walters' husband, what's his first name?
Lyndon.
Lyndon Ashby or whatever.
Yeah,
He was nominated too, and he didn't get it.
and we saw him in that bloody shirt for a
Right.
couple of months.
Him and Sharon
But
Case worked side by side most of the year in that whole her being drugged by Jordan and Ian Ward and the murder of Heather. Yep.
yeah, well, congratulations to the winners and the nominees. And yeah, I was not expecting this outcome at all.
No.
But
When you got six people, four out of the six people in one category, the odds are greater. Not in this case. But shout out
nope,
to the winners in those categories, but I just did not expect that.
nope. But Lisa. At least we got Lisa right. We knew Lisa was going to win.
Lisa and Susan Walters so far on the CBS soaps. And I
Nice.
think the only other one that somebody could win something, which is Y&R, is daytime series, whatever. But I don't know if they're gonna get that. I'm sorry. It's just been a snooze fest for me over the past year. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right, let's talk
Um.
about Beyond the Gates, girl.
Yes. Future Emmy winner.
Girl, Isaiah. Oh my
Oof.
Lord have mercy.
Now I wish Kat was the one who ran into
Girl, Cat
him,
can't
but
handle that man would be too much for her.
I think that's the awakening that she was looking for.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, but whatever Tomas is doing, I guess he was able to fix a security panel, and alarms are going off.
Girl. Well, we had a lot of moving parts this week. We found out some truths and some things that we needed clarity on because for a while we was wondering about how these two people were connected. We finally found that out. We had a impromptu wedding, confrontations, this thing between Bill and Danny, and Naomi and this pregnancy. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. All right, where we going,
Oh
girl?
goodness. Um, there's so much that happened. Well, first, I'm so happy that Smitty and Martin made it work, got back together, renewed their vows. One of my favorite couples. I'm glad that they turned things around.
Okay.
This made me happy. And I even was happy that Smitty acknowledged that he was scared about his daughter having a relationship with June, and that he knows that he was out of line and he needs to work on that. I'm glad that he admitted that.
Okay.
Um, what else? Um, so I guess that's done. Now, Ted and Leslie, why does this man keep opening up his door to entertain her?
You know
And
the
then just 1 minute.
breeder. This is the
Oh,
first time that I was really happy that Ted closed the door in her face. That was one
It's
scene today.
rare.
That's right. He normally just let her come in and do what she wants, say what she want. Cause even at the hospital, when she came in with that little maid outfit because of her being jealous of June,
Hmm.
call security. This is a hospital.
Right.
Where's you say, hey, I'm gonna call security if you don't leave. You sitting around there looking. Of course, she's gonna always get you entrapped because you keep letting her get close to you.
And my thing is, shouldn't the hospital know that she posed as a staff member and she was under investigation for what happened with Laura? You would have thought there would have been security or someone to scope her out and say, okay, do not let her pass certain points of the hospital, something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so. But the fact that he entertained her, even in that get up, I'm like, I mean, this is what happens when you sleep with her. This is what happens when you funnel money to for your daughter to her. This is what happens when you constantly entertain all of her foolishness. She still feels she has a chance with you.
Yep.
And this is why it's hard to feel sorry for him, because it seems like he likes the attention so much. And even Kat is like, what are you doing, Dad? And he
Mm-hmm.
was acting surprised that Nicole even said that, oh, that he slept with Leslie. Well, it was it supposed to be a secret because Leslie told anybody who could hear her.
Right.
So your daughter's trying to fight for you to have a chance, and you still entertaining that same woman who you have a love child with.
Right. He never. It's like, do you want to be with this woman? Why do you keep talking to her, letting her come in your spaces, and she's saying and doing what she what she wants? All you can tell her is, please leave. Throw her out. Call security. The hotel has security. The hospital has security. Why don't you just
Right.
keep that woman away from you?
Like, sir, you got money. You can make something work. A restraining order at this point, anything. This woman swapped out her old apartment so she could be right up underneath your room.
Right.
So, and this is why I completely understand Nicole's point of view. It's like she wants to be done with the messiness. Like, her marriage wasn't messy. He brought mess into her life and a child and this crazy deranged side chick who feels like she had this never-ending love story with this man, yet he never chose her, never left his wife, and never said he was ever going to leave his wife for her.
That shows her
But
insecurity. I mean, just as pretty as Leslie is not an unattractive woman.
she's beautiful.
She can go and meet somebody. Why are you going through all this for clearly a man that it ain't there with you like that?
Right.
Why
And
would you want
shouldn't.
to convince somebody to be with you?
Right. And then also try to give your daughter that same tidbits too when it comes to Tomas. And that blew up in that girl's face, and rightfully so. But just like Jenna said, like, why can't he get his own townhouse and leave the hotel? He's been in a hotel, for how many months?
Well, I guess just like the GCAC, everybody, you got people over there living in hotels.
But he got money. If Leslie's able to tear down and build up a whole new house, why can't he get an apartment or something? Or a condo, a little something for himself.
Right. Get away from that
And
girl.
and he can be able to have his own space and not have to worry about her. But I think that this man likes the attention because he's not getting any attention from his wife. And I, and this is the problem. Like, he entertains it enough that this psycho thinks that she really has a chance with this man.
Right.
And I'm like, at this point, go ahead and give it to her. I mean, she's already threatening June, and June got her together too. And I appreciated that. She's like, look, I got enough. Whatever you think you about to do, I can pop them curls out your head. I was like, yes.
Well, I mean, the other thing is that this child is popping fire alarms and everything. I mean, I, girl,
Like a disgruntled side chick.
yep, pretty
Like,
much.
she wants to fight for first position, but never to be a wife.
Mm-hmm. I
She just
agree.
wants to win.
I agree. It's just crazy. I mean, obviously, she's an antagonist of the show, you
Yeah.
know, and she saw. Do you think Ted is interested in June? I know June is interested in Ted.
I think they have chemistry. Now, see, Jay, if you're still in the chat, they have chemistry. I can
Mm-hmm.
see this happening. I can see this rags to riches storyline. And I think that's why we initially didn't see Ted, be involved maybe more in Martin's life.
Mm-hmm.
So they can kind of, have June and Ted kind of get to know each other without him finding out like who she is and what happened with her and that she's the grandkid's mother. Um, but once he found out who she is, I don't think it really changed anything. But I do think that they have great chemistry. Like, it's like very cute and flirty, and I know something could really develop with that. So if he does move on, I can see him moving on with her. But we shall see.
So we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Well, let's talk about Haley. Cause some people in chat talking about they can't stand Haley.
I've been saying this girl been a scam artist. This little orphan Annie storyline that she fed to all these people saying like, oh, I'm an orphan, I had no family, blah, 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 blah. I knew that was some BS. I knew it was some BS. I was hoping things would go a different direction. I thought she was going to be associated with Leslie, but no, she's associated with Randy. But she is a whole schemer.
Well,
I
first we
mean,
found out they were cousins because we originally was trying to figure out how they were connected.
mm-hmm.
So they are cousins, and then they've been running game on several people over the years. And and Bill was her next mark, and we got the whole backstory, how she became friends with Naomi at the gym, and all of this. But I thought they were friends like college or something. Was that the gym at college? Looked like they changed the storyline a little bit.
I don't remember them saying that because they said that she came into their lives in a short period of time and that she was looking for a job. He had offered her a job to be a paralegal at the law firm, and that's where they had like fell in love. And I think they were together for it was less than a year,
Gotcha.
and then they decided to get married. So everything just kind of happened so fast. And they said it was out of nowhere, but they welcomed her. um, I think the part that really upsets me was the way that she played Naomi,
Mm-hmm.
because you blatantly used this girl to get with her daddy, and you're a whole scammer, and Danny called it right out. She knew who this was, and y'all were playing her like a freaking fool. Danny was right about Haley.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just glad that she's able to show her true colors. She was two-faced, so we're seeing the other face. Um, but to be honest, this is a likable Haley.
Oh wow. Okay. Outstanding daytime drama series went to GH.
Wow. Okay. Well,
YNR, you only had one, and that was none other than Susan Walters.
Susan. Yeah. Yes, Jenna. Diane Jenkins won.
And then for Bowl, Lisa Yamada. That's it. The days and GH racked up this year.
Yeah. This year ain't gonna be next year.
That's gonna be interesting next year.
I think it's gonna be a clean sweep next year.
I don't know about
But
all
we
that,
shall see.
but yeah, we'll see.
In a lot of categories. But we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But um yeah, this is a likable Haley. I don't know why, but like the schemer side made her character so much more interesting. I'm like, where did she get this accent from? Like, where, like, I, how did Doug not know about Haley? If he was friends with Randy and grew up with him this whole time, he's never seen Haley around. Because it seems like Randy and Haley are close.
Yeah, that's a good point, but it's neither here or there. Dougie ain't around to talk about it. But they
Yeah,
want to
but
poison this man. Something odorless, tasteless, so it'll look like it was natural causes.
and I'm like, well, she's no stranger to that. So they go to the same place that Luna, Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
Claire at one point, Sharon. They all go to the same place.
Yep.
Whoever this dealer is.
Yeah, Randy was the one that made the call. She tried to put, I guess she tried to put one in them cupcakes.
She put one in the cupcake that was specially for Bill.
And he didn't want to eat it.
Naomi bit into it, but I think she spit it out. I thought something was about to happen to the
Me
baby,
too. I thought sure something was going to happen to Naomi.
but we see that she's alive and well in the next week's previews. So
Right.
whatever she had planned, I guess is not going to go through. So they need to try something else. But I had another question in the group chat. Do you think that he had a stroke? Or do you think it was induced by her?
I don't know. That's a good question. Now that this information has come out, it does bring up a question that was it something coming from him or was it something that she spiked? I don't know. That's a good question.
Because they said that he's never had like any major health issues. It was onset. You saw how invested that she was, and like panicking, like, oh, I think I'm gonna lose you, Bill. Like all this over dramatic stuff, like really playing her role. Like I look back at that, I'm like, he probably really did. She probably induced that. Same way Leslie caused Laura's heart attack
Yeah, I don't.
by
It's
putting.
interesting how they just blew past that.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't heard no more. We see Mona, but we ain't heard no more about Laura or what happened to her. And Leslie is just floating around town with a new pocket of cash and everything else.
The last we heard from Laura, Laura was trying to get help from Eva so she can get back into her assistant position.
Right.
That was it. That was months ago. I hope, since they like circling the block with certain characters, I hope that Laura finds out about Leslie's money and goes after a civil suit. That's my dream. I pray that they do this for this girl.
Right.
But yeah, this woman is faking pregnancies. She's trying to unalive men. And this is her scheme that she's been doing for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that she's even a young girl. I think that she's older. The
Who?
way that Haley,
Oh.
the way that she talks about she's been doing this and been at it for years,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm like, she probably lied about her age. I was trying to catch like a screenshot of one of the IDs to see the age too, but I don't believe nothing of what this girl says.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is what happens when you sleep with your daughter's supposed friend. Karma comes back and
That woman never loved him in the first place. She's been putting on a front all this time.
mm-hmm, this whole
And the
time.
thing is that Bill has been throwing this relationship up in people's faces, got her a spot at the country club so she could feel like she belonged. All that stuff. Moved her up into his big old house. Tried to put a baby in her. And this girl is playing you.
Yeah, like a fiddle. And I'm like, she a whole schemer. And she knew about the stuff that went on with Martin and Vernon too.
Right.
And so there's no telling what she could have on Bill. Could have had little microchips recording private conversations or like micro video cameras. Like, if this girl can ask for her cousin to find her something odorless and tasteless, she a whole schemer. A lot of creativity goes into that.
Yep.
So she can try to find a way to weasel money out of a person.
Yep.
Or blackmail them and hold money over their head.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's she gonna do next, because obviously the cupcake thing, I thought when she went to go get alcohol for all of them, when they had the champagne flutes, that
Mm-hmm.
maybe she was gonna slip something in then, but obviously not. But yeah, so I guess if she gonna try it again somehow. That's if Joey
Yeah.
don't get in the way, because Joey, according to the promo, is gonna be talking to Randy about his connection with her.
Yeah. Randy thought all them cameras were off. And that's why I was saying in group chat, like, casinos, they have secret everything. So security may think that they have access to all of those things. Sometimes their security watching the security too.
Right.
So there was probably something that caught that whole conversation. And now, whatever Randy comes up in his head about his cousin, he better think fast, because Joey can easily go to Bill
Yep.
and say you look, you helped me out, I'm gonna help you out,
Mm-hmm.
because he owes him a favor for that Doug's thing.
Yep. Ooh.
So
And I
I
would
don't
love
know.
for that to happen, and Bill can set her up.
Yep, that. And then also we got Vanessa and Danny said like, oh, that's Randy, that's Sammy, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So she's gonna put two and two together. So
Girl.
I guess the question is, how long is Haley and Randy going to last, leading to November sweeps?
Exactly. And who knows when Bill gonna be hotter than fish grease, but that's what he get. You threw away your
Yeah,
whole family for a young chick who clearly, now we know, is using you as a mark.
yeah. I mean, and I'm looking at this picture at the top right. Maybe he's coming to his senses about that. I know we have mixed feelings in the group chat about Danny and Bill getting back together. And like, I'm a firm believer, some people prefer the devil that they know versus the devil they don't know. And this is why she's not fully committed to Andre. She knows the ins and outs after 30 plus years with Bill. And that's even with the cheating, the man made her happy to a point. So I think that's why she probably feels robbed by Haley because everything came out of nowhere. But they want to be together. Look, I'd rather them be together versus them hurting other people.
Yeah, I know. Jenna says, "What? They had that $10 million, girl. He went and put out a $10 million life insurance policy. I don't know what's worse, that or $5 million to Victor by Kyle."
I mean, hey, man, that's a good point. Well, Kyle put that on himself. That was the dumbest
Well,
thing he
and
could have
Bill
ever.
put that on himself. That $10 million life insurance policy is on him, which is if he keels over, Haley stands to get $10 million as his wife.
Yeah, yeah, that was just insane. But she said, no, that 10 million is not going to be enough. So she would get widow, like the business, the company, all of that money, all of it.
That depends. He's an attorney. Who's to say? Well, he did probably make her the beneficiary of the 10 million, but the rest of
Mm-hmm,
that, his daughter. Does his daughter? No, his daughter don't work for him, but she's an attorney. Who's to
mm-hmm.
say in his separate will, maybe she don't know about that that law firm goes to Naomi,
That's a good point. I can see that.
and then that stupid friend of hers. She has no idea. And that girl trying to talk Bill into doing right by Haley. I'm like, she got you
Oh,
fooled too.
what is her name? Caroline?
Caroline, I think.
I'm like, girl, shut your mouth. Shut up.
You need
Haley
to
is such
do
a
right, but she's
lovely,
such a lovely
bright,
girl.
like a funny girl, and she doesn't deserve this. She's your wife, and she misses you. I'm like, shut up.
Right.
How much is she paying you? Or like,
Or are you just as naive?
no, you can say stupid. I was going to say stupid. I mean, I wonder how her reaction's going to be
When
when she
she
finds
find
out all this
out,
stuff.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Ooh, you gonna be
Yeah.
looking real crazy. That's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I fought for you, and you're scamming. Yeah, you getting scammed too, girl.
Mm-hmm. Everybody. Oh, and the person who's going to feel vindicated is going to be Danny,
Yep.
because she's the main one who said this girl's faking her pregnancy. This girl's a liar. She's faking who she is. And my thing is, Bill's supposed to be all this research he's doing on Andre. Why didn't he do this on his wife?
Right.
Like where she went to high school, look at her family, the orphanage that she said that she grew up in, anything at all. No background check. You're a whole attorney. There's a whole discovery process when it comes to any and everything.
Right. But that's because he was too blinded by the booty in order to do his research. But you'll have like, everybody and your mama looking for Randy. I mean, not Randy, for Andre. Or looking in his
Right.
business.
Hiring a private investigator.
Exactly.
But once again, it shows he has more interest and more stock in Danny than his wife.
Right. Yep. And then we got this other conversation with this baby business with Naomi. Poor Jacob. I mean, that man.
I I know people are gonna have mixed feelings in the
Right.
comments. I saw them online too. So I'll be very careful with my words.
Mm-hmm.
poor Jacob, he can't even be happy about the pregnancy. He can't find a way to comfort her about it. He'd even try to get this girl a spa day to try to take her mind off of it. Nothing seems to be working. And I understand that she has career prospects and goals in life. That's fine.
Okay.
But you were intimate with your husband and it resulted in a child.
Right.
So, in the midst of her crime fighting, she, and the thing is, it wasn't like a one night stand or, someone SA'd her. She
Mm-hmm.
created a baby with her husband, whether it was intentional or not. She practiced, and this is the result. So I don't understand why she was making up so many different excuses, saying that she ruined her mother's life and that, oh, the baby's going to make her gain weight and it's going to be time and attention and oh, she's going to miss all these career opportunities. And
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
like,
that's because she's trying to find something to validate her stance. And I mean, that whole thing about her mother and like, oh my God, this is because you wanted to be this big career woman in the modeling industry and we stopped you and all this kind of stuff. She was like, I stopped because I helped Bill start his business. That didn't have anything to do with you kids. She wanted to build a business with her husband at the time. What else you got? Then she started bringing up all this other stuff. If I don't know, she doesn't want this child. She really doesn't. I could be
yeah,
wrong, but it seems like she's in a situation she thought she'd never have kids. But that's the thing. There's no guarantees in life except taxes, and we know the other term to that, right? So,
yeah,
so something that you agreed upon prior to marriage, okay. Y'all said,
things.
we into it. We ain't having no kids. This it. Point period. Point blank. But sometimes the universe have other plans for you.
And June had a great quote where she said, you can have all the plans you want, but God is going to laugh at you. You are in nowhere in control of how your life is going to go.
Right.
You are blessed with an opportunity to be a mother. That's what he's telling you you're ready for right now. And my thing is, if you don't want kids, you take preventative measures,
Yeah.
permanent measures,
Exactly. I mean, couldn't you get your tubes tied?
or something. If she feels this strongly about not having children, why are you just on the pill
Yeah. The
that
pill is not
has,
100%. You miss a day, you might be screwed.
yeah, it could throw it all the way off
Right.
for any, wait like a whole month until you're going, back in the groove again. Um, and you're right on routine.
Right.
But if you feel so strongly, take preventative measures,
Right.
permanent measures. So this would never be a question because even when she had missed her pill, she still had no problem sleeping with her husband.
Right. She was like, I didn't have time, and I was so busy thinking about Chelsea and all this kind of stuff. But you had enough time to figure out how to sleep with your husband. So if you
Yeah.
know that you missed your pill a couple days ago, you need to figure out something else. You just don't go and raw dog it and say, "Oh well, whatever happens," and then something happens, and now you mad at the world.
And here's your husband not some random guy who's telling you, I don't want anything to do with the baby or anything like that. This man is in awe that you're going to possibly have his child. He was happy, he was thrilled to have one with his wife. And this is supposed to be the desired outcome when you want to create a family. And she has that. And I guess the other part for me is you got with this man and you made this clear that you don't want the possibility of a family. She was better off probably getting with the man who probably already had his kids and had like, a vasectomy or something. And I think that would have been a better fit than a man who's young enough to where he can start to, you know, plan his future and plan to have a family of his own, because things are subject to change. And
Right.
clearly this did.
Yep. So she got some decisions to make before she get outside the window. I hope. I don't know. I want to see what this. I'm not. I'm gonna reserve my thoughts to see where they're gonna go with this storyline. What is she gonna do? She keep and I.
I
Go ahead.
I think it's clear what she wants to do and what she's probably going to do.
Yep. And like Jenna
And
said in the chat, Naomi's gonna lose her husband too. We
and
also had the situation with Kat and Tomas.
yes, he actually looks good right there. I like the tattoos, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Kat
she
is
once
like we can do it in the closet, on a table, on any of the surfaces in that room.
she took him to the scene of the crime,
Yep, she did.
where she lit him up and then left the carcass and said, I'm going to take an Uber. Like, he was scared. He was like, I don't know if I want to be here. Like, this was the most devastating thing I ever went through. This is hard on my ego. And she was like, look, we're going to turn this around. We're going to do a do-over. And if you don't want to do it in the bed, we can do it any and everywhere up in here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, Kat, good for you, girl.
Yep.
I mean, she wants to practice.
And that whole fake setup by Leslie with Kat and Tomas, it was like, really, girl? I'm gonna cancel on you, and you gonna cancel on. I'm gonna cancel on her too, and y'all just happen to be there, and maybe y'all can talk. He still ended up with Kat somewhere else. It's just dumb.
Yeah, I'm like, that was a waste of a scene, but
Right.
maybe this was the closure scene, I guess.
Mm.
Um, but good. I, I'm glad we're kind of getting off of this roller coaster now that we saw Isaiah
Right.
pop up. So I'm wondering if that's going to change certain dynamics. But the part that I did not understand, well, what was the wig for? You saw that $18 wig that Leslie had on.
Yeah, that she got from Jordan. Yeah.
It was that shake and go. I mean, she didn't bother teasing it. Like, it was full on synthetic that she put on once for just that scene. And then we see her in the hallway and looking at Ted go to his room, and her regular hair is down. I'm like, what was the point of the wig and the disguise and the getup?
Well, she was trying to hide to see if what she put together with Tomas and Eva worked. And that's when Eva busts her out and say, "Yeah, your plan didn't work. Tomas is already gone. Forget about it." That's what that was for.
Yes. That was the most unnecessary thing I've seen,
Yeah,
but
tell me about it. I'm like, whatever. All right, I think we talked about everything.
yeah. Hi, Ron. Yeah, Priscilla was $18 Goodwill wig. I think so. I'm looking at the pictures and trying to think of everything.
Oh, that's funny.
I think
That's a
I think
dollar
they
store wig.
yeah. It was that sensational Janet J99 wig, something like that. Um but I think that's it. I think Danny and Naomi had a decent conversation. I just wish she kind of could have encouraged her daughter
No,
more.
she wanted to placate. She realized her daughter was going a certain direction. Like, okay, well, no, I'm not gonna push you. That's what you want to do. Sure, why not? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to these final segments, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. We
Mm-hmm.
have to do who is that in the chat? Ron. The only people from Y&R and Bold and the Beautiful that won any Emmys tonight was Diane, the girl that played Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, and Lisa
Mm-hmm.
Yamada over at Bold and the Beautiful playing Luna Nozawa. That's it.
Yeah,
Everything
everything
else
else was
was
ABC.
right. Everything else was GH or Days.
And we don't know any of them people over
Yeah,
there.
I don't watch those other soaps, so yeah. All right, so we're gonna do our last four segments. Our flip the script segment, and for those that don't know what that is, this is where if there's anything that you wanted to change, a scene, something that you didn't like, and you want to flip the script, that's what we're gonna do now. So, what do you got for Y&R?
um, I would have flipped to see more of Claire and Holden just having a good time and Kyle just sulking. I would have replaced the Mariah and Tessa scenes for scenes with Claire and Holden just driving Kyle crazy.
Okay. Um, I wish that we would have got a little bit more this week with Kane and Phyllis. After what happened in that hallway, and y'all left us on like hanging on a thread, like, ooh, what we doing here? They were so hot. Y'all could have at least had them share a kiss, and then they get confused and walk away, and then have to figure it out that they really enjoyed it, and what's next. I kind of wish they had a build upon that instead of having that scene. That was the same thing they did with Phyllis and Tucker McCall,
Sure did.
and then y'all just dropped it. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
do that with Kane. Okay? Okay. All right, what you flipping on Bold?
Um, I just the only thing I can think of is Taylor and Deacon. I would have been happy without those scenes.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I mean everything else just it's just run on sentences. It's the same thing, but what's going on with Luna, that whole thing with everybody, oh my god, they so afraid. Whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all not afraid, not especially if Electra could go and do what she doing, slapping folks and calling folks and stuff. Y'all ain't afraid of that girl. That's all talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over it. But shout out to Lisa Yamada for getting her Emmy.
Yeah.
All right, what you flipping on BTG?
Oh, everything was just so good. I would have loved just to add like a little sauce to it if we find out that there was somebody watching Haley and it was a private investigator that Bill hired for his wife so he
Okay,
can keep tabs on all the things that she's doing.
I agree. Um, I really everything was so good. It's hard to try to find something to flip. You know what I mean? That was just like, nah,
Right.
they could have did something different with that. I mean, yeah. I don't have one for them actually this week. I can't think of nothing that really is like, you know.
Yep.
All right, who's taking seats on Young and the Restless?
Um, man, I can't really think. Um, we can go ahead and just give all of Sharon's tears a seat. This was a lot of a lot of this cringy crying, and I think that's it for now.
I'm gonna give
And
Claire.
Kyle for even going.
I'm giving Claire a seat. I mean, it's one thing. She's so rude. I mean, I understand that maybe she's a little annoyed by the fact that he's there, but she's just being really like rude, and it's like, okay, and usually people go hard in the paint like that, especially because of her connection and interest in Holden.
Mm-hmm.
You be extra spicy because you want to be somewhere else, and you don't want to tell Kyle that you want to be. Um, let's see, what's the word I could use? You want to get your back blown out by Holden.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it 100. You need to tell this man, listen, we're done. I'm going to explore Holden. I'm a grown woman. I don't care what happens. I'll deal with the consequences. But you need to go back home because when I get a chance, I'm going to get Holden out of his clothes and in the bed. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
And then
I wish we
maybe
got that scene this week.
Kyle would leave her alone.
Yeah. Or he'll be crying in the bushes like Liam
You're right.
did last last time.
Exactly. Who you got taking seats on BTG?
um, I'll give it to Katie. Um, she said the person that needs to be blamed for Luna is Lee. No,
You
the
still
person.
taking seats on Bold. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, but we were doing Y and Art, and now
Oh,
we're
I
doing
must have
Bold.
skipped. That's right, because I was talking about Claire. Go ahead, girl. Bold.
Yeah, it's gonna be Katie because she said the person that we need to blame for Luna is Lee, and it's Bill. It is always Bill because none of the stuff that has happened would have transpired if he didn't get this woman pardoned.
Yeah, well,
She wouldn't be pregnant. Liam would have never been shot. Nothing would have happened to that teacher. None of these things would have happened. Sheila would have had 9 toes instead of 8. He got her pardon. This was the domino effect of his actions.
yeah, I think I need to go a little deeper than that because all this started to, besides because once she was pardoned after that, the issue became who's her actual biological father. And then Finn
Mm-hmm.
dropped that bombshell and then left. What did you think was going to happen? And then all of a sudden, it created a whole domino effect of things, with her wanting to see her father. That's how all this stuff transpired before Jackie left. Is because she wanted to figure out a way to get to see Finn, and he wouldn't allow it. Steffi wouldn't allow it, and it just became a whole toxic situation. She didn't have to go that route, but
Mm-mm.
she got Sheila Carter DNA. So you cracked open the dark side. There's no reason. None of that makes sense to me. And I always talk about that. How Fan went through 2 blood tests, tracked down Poppy and tried to choke the truth out of her. You got it. Went all the way over to Bill's house to tell this girl, I'm your father because you feeling some kind of way. And then all of a sudden, okay, bye.
Yeah. And
It
then said like, oh, I don't want a relationship with you. I don't want to bond with you, but I just wanted you to know, father, and then I slept with your mom.
This entire year and a half is pretty, besides after the whole thing with RJ, from that point forward, in the spring of 24, somewhere around May ish, April ish, this has been about Luna trying to figure out who is her father. And she finally get an answer only for Finn to say, "See you later." And she spent the
Yeah.
remainder of the time trying to get to this man and get to know her brother, Hayes, and all of this. And yeah, I just think he should have did a better job. And she's so afraid of Steffi. He's more afraid of Steffi than he is of Luna.
Yep. He became a whole man after she left. Had bass in his voice and everything.
It just doesn't
Oh
make any
goodness.
sense, Bree. And the thing is, I think as a man, you have to take on the leadership roles and do damage control. It's like, how do we control this situation that could potentially get out of hand?
Yeah.
And he
I
didn't do that. All he did was just, you know, decide to drop that bomb, leave and say, "Well, I got to do whatever Steffi tells me to do." And now this messed and all this has transpired after that. The shooting of Sheila's foot, the whole thing with Liam, Steffi at gunpoint, the babies, the teacher in the basement, all because this made this girl want a relationship with her father. That was what she was saying when she was holding them at gunpoint.
yeah. And if he had a control of the situation, he could have. I don't. Well, I can't even say that.
The problem
He
is
could have.
Steffi need to back off. That's the problem when you have a power struggle like you have in that relationship. The situation with Sheila and Luna needs to be handled. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care what Steffi's gonna do what Steffi's gonna do. Do you rather for him to take care of this and do damage control, or have this girl run wild and act a fool because you in the way?
Well, that's a good point. Maybe things might change, given her current situation now.
Girl, that he was ready to throw that girl right back in jail after everything. Now, I don't condone what happened to Will. That right there, she need to take accountability for that.
Right.
That part. But all this other stuff, they can blame Lee, Bill. Yes, he pardoned her, and I agree with you on that, Bree. But there's a trigger effect due to Finn because up to that point, she didn't know who her father was.
And that was her motivation. And the fact that she felt that Seppi was in the way led to a lot of different things. Like, I get that. Then I guess you can say Poppy is also to blame because she
Oh,
always knew it was
absolutely.
Finn.
Absolutely. She has a lot of accountability in this because you didn't tell this man all this time that he could have been a possibility.
Because she was scared of getting slapped up and choked up by her sister, which she ended up doing anyway.
But then Lee ended up saving the girl anyway. So, obviously the writing is what it is, but the biggest catalyst in this whole situation of why it went off the rails is Poppy and Finn. Now, Luna has to
Yeah.
take accountability for her actions, but you were the catalyst. You the fuse that made this thing go. Because up until that point, she was staying with Bill. Bill pardoned her, and she was like, "I don't know who my father is. I guess I'll never know." And you brought your narrow behind up in there and dropped that bombshell, and then decided to walk away.
Yep.
So, anyway, girl, who's taking seats on BTG?
BTG. Um, Vanessa, because we didn't even talk about the Vanessa thing. She just buried her husband and she's mad at Joey because he wants to cut things off with her. And she's telling this man, no, I need my peen.
I don't care what my son is doing. Yep, she don't care about that boy. She was like, let me send. If it was up to her, she probably talked that boy and going back to school. I'm good. You just go do your own
Yes.
thing so I can go and get in between these sheets.
Yeah.
Joey's smart on this one. Joey is like, listen, this boy here, he ain't stupid. I didn't try to offer him a job. I didn't try to be there and be like his, helper. And that boy's like, no, I'm good. I got this.
Yeah.
Joy, like, oh yeah, I need to take a step back from this because this can get real ugly. Especially since he was the person behind the death of this boy's
Yeah.
father. He need to step all the way back from this, and Vanessa need to let him.
Yeah. But now she needs that peen.
Yep.
She said she couldn't. She likes the fact that she can't walk the next day. She says she needs that right now,
I can't wait
like a
till she
cigarette.
find out that he was involved in that. She gonna
It
look
ain't
like
gonna
a
change
whole
nothing.
fool. But the thing is, it's gotta hit her in the guts that you was the one that actually had my husband killed while I'm up in the bed with you.
Yeah, she. I think that she's an addict. Personally speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I think she has an addiction to getting it in, and doesn't matter where she gets it from, just as long as she gets it. I think with Doug, it was gambling. For her, it's getting it in.
Maybe she has an addiction. And it's even darker with somebody like Joey.
Exactly. It's a certain type of high, and she knows that it's wrong. That's why she can't even listen to her friend, the therapist, who has reason and trying to give her some logic, and she's refusing to hear
Right.
that because the adrenaline rush, the addiction is just
So strong.
so strong for her,
Yep.
because this woman had escort service on her on speed
Me
dial, and
down.
she called him right after she slept with her husband.
Yep. All right. Who's your star of the week for one
Um, that's a great question.
Yeah,
I,
very
I
great question. You're right about that. I would just give it to Kane and Phyllis. That scene was hot. In that moment, I'll give it to them. But that's about it. I can't think of nobody else.
I really have no clue who I can give that to. In all honesty, I must say no one.
Okay. That's a good answer in this case because Y&R was a snooze fest for the most part this week.
I take it back. I take it back. I'll give it to Haley Aaron, who
Okay.
plays Claire, because we finally got to see Claire's true adult form.
Okay. All right. Bold. Hmm.
Uh, the office sets.
Oh yeah, that was nice. They look really good that they since they moved to the new place.
Yeah, I love the sets.
Okay.
That's mine.
That's mine too, because I can't think of nothing else on there. All right, what about BTG?
I have too many. I loved Martin and Smitty, and I loved the actress who plays Haley.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had great scenes. I'll even give it to Randy, I guess, too.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. I gotta give it to June when she tried to stand 10 toes against Leslie. Leslie thought she was
Yeah.
gonna put the fear in her, and she was like, "Girl, please, I've been in them streets, ain't you? Ain't got nothing that could scare me."
Mm-hmm. You see that height difference
I know, right?
at the top right?
That was good. I was like, "You go, girl. How's she gonna sit up there and try to intimidate somebody, and then gonna make it look like that's her husband?" Girl, if you
Yeah.
don't get out of here. June was like, she went over there to ask the right questions to her daughter and to the rest of them, and she figured out who was who. Like, no, Leslie is not his wife. Mm-mm. All right, pick. Oh, did you get yours? You got yours in, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a few
Pickle of
though.
the week. YNR. Huh. YNR. Pickle of the week was
Mariah.
YNR this week.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to Mariah. Like she could have said a couple of words.
Mm-hmm.
She could have been nice to her wife, or like, uh, yeah, YNR. I'll give
Mm.
it to the.
Yeah, give it. I mean, cause two of the girl this week was like, oh my god. And Monday is too, except for maybe one small scene. But Monday is a snooze fest as well. So, just to give you a heads
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
What about Bold?
Who is a pickle? Hope Logan for disrespecting the other designers, trying to paint her tacky, uh, no fashion sense vision, and then trying to glorify this boy that just came straight out of design school, and yet she ain't never been to any design, any college or anything herself.
Mm-hmm.
No business sense, no fashion sense, no nothing about design, nothing.
Yep. I see Lily and Billy in the chat too. Aisha and Jenna.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right. BTG.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to Leslie and her delusion, and Eva for entertaining it. That's
Mm-hmm.
what she get, girl.
Mm-hmm. Leslie get a big old pickle. She's trying to get Ted's pickle, but he got it one. She got it one time, two times.
I And it makes me wonder, is he putting it down to where this woman's been delusional for almost 30 years like this?
Well, I guess Nicole don't think so, cause she's trying to get away from
That's a good point. Well, she's had it for a good portion of her
him.
life. She said,
Right.
I need some new at this point.
She want Carlton's.
Yeah. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see how that works out for
Right.
her.
Um. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Leslie. Oh my goodness. All right, and then who is our Simp Olympics roundup?
Um, let's see. Sample Olympics. We can give bronze. I'll give bronze to Randy.
Okay.
Um, silver. Some of these are hard. Silver, I guess, could go to Ted. I would say gold goes to Kyle for leaving his child to go be with this girl who don't want to see this man at all. And I know we really haven't seen much of Michael, but I'm still giving it to Michael.
Michael
He
still
still
get
earns
cosmic.
platinum. He still earns it.
Okay.
This is residual from last
Oh
week.
my God, girl, you funny. All right. I'm gonna give Bronze the cat. How this man slept with your sister, and he was just in a nice conversation talking about how, I don't want us to end like this with Eva, and then she went through all of this to recreate after again he slept with her sister. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta get Cat that bronze. She is going in hard, and I mean, I'm like, oof. Um, Silver, I'll give it to Kyle.
Okay.
Gold, huh?
I said okay.
Gold, I'm gonna give it to Bill. This man had a whole detective trying. He was going all through this girl marriage papers, trying to hope to get. Remember him and Naomi were even talking about a post nup.
Yeah.
All of this old type of stuff. This dude is working hard in the paint to try to get Naomi, or I mean, get Andre away from Danny. And it's like you about to get yourself killed. Why you trying to do all this?
Yep.
Yeah, he get to go. And then of course, I don't know, Michael. We got a little bit of him, but not a lot. So, but believe me, it ain't gonna be too far off where Michael do some simping. He always
Mm-mm.
do. That's his forte, especially when it comes to Victor.
So who gets platinum?
Um, well, that was like gold, cause I gave gold to that was platinum for Michael.
Bill.
I gave gold to Bill, but platinum is my ain't platinum above gold,
Uh-huh.
and that's
Oh,
why I
so
said Michael.
he just hasn't been dethroned.
No,
Okay. I
no,
agree.
cause he
He
gonna do
he
something
he
stupid. Just
yeah,
get
so he
with
might as
let's
well just sit
let's
where he's at.
Yeah, I mean, even in Monday's episode, when they start talking about Victor, he was like, I don't want to talk about Victor. Yeah, because you don't want nobody talking your boy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he can sit right there.
he can sit right there. Exactly. All right, you guys, there we have it. Again, the daytime Emmys was this evening. Only two out of the few nominations received an Emmy, and of course that was Lisa Yamada, aka Luna Nozawa, and then also Miss Susan Walters Ashby, which is the lady that plays Diane Jenkins Abbott. So there's one for Y&R and one for Bold, and the other, shout out to the other nominees, even though, maybe you didn't get the big prize, but the fact of the matter, you got nominated. And especially in the women's category, oh, Lord. Melody was robbed. The other four, sheesh.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this was a chance to try to win them Emmys because it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard next year.
Yeah, it's going to be crowded next year. So, Bold, with what we've seen this year so far, I don't know. Y'all might not be on the ballot again like that because y'all were a hot mess in 24. And you're kind of a
Now,
hot mess in 25.
if they keep this new emerging actor, I can see Crew Mero winning that.
Yeah, that's probably it. Ooh, you
Yeah.
talking about Josh is going to be so proud.
Yeah, because Josh Merrill, he's never won.
Right. Can you imagine all the years that Josh Morrow played as Nick Newman and then his son comes in for 24 and swiped the Emerging Star Emmy. Good God.
Yeah.
That
But,
would be hilarious. What'd you say?
I mean, I mean I think well he can live vicariously through his son,
Yeah.
like Eric does with Rich.
Yep. You serious? Girl, you crazy. So we will see, but like I say, 26, the Emmys for 25 is going to be crowded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely could see Carla, most definitely.
Oh yeah,
I could see Trisha Mann.
absolutely.
It's just so many, but the top two that come in my mind is those two.
And I think the actress who plays Eva, I think she's going to get her
What's her name?
nomination.
Amber?
Amber something.
Yeah,
Um, we'll get the names down pat eventually, but Amber, I think she's definitely going to get it. I don't know which category. I don't know if it'll be supporting or new emerging or something.
probably
Um,
supporting.
okay.
Because the
Because
lead
I
would
would
be like Tamra Tooney.
in in Carla.
Right,
So then Leslie, Trisha Mann would probably be supporting,
right,
and that's why I was thinking maybe Amber. At least if her chances for winning, if it's not supporting, it'll be new emerging.
right. Yep. So we'll see. We will see.
Yeah,
Definitely been a good year for so far the pilot year for Beyond the Gates, and I look forward to it every day. I'm looking forward to it, to seeing what they're gonna do, award wise. So we have to wait and see. All right, guys, I'm gonna
yeah.
let you go. It's the top of the hour. I know it's 11 o'clock on the East Coast, and I'm gonna give you guys your Friday nights back. Thank you so much for joining us as usual. And otherwise, we will, look forward to speaking with you, obviously next week and through the recaps. You got anything else, Bree?
No, so much fun with you guys. I'm gonna check out the fashions here in a second and see if there's any hits or some misses. But it was so much fun with you guys, and congratulations, Keish, because she's at a celebratory dinner for herself and um, getting on her way to retirement. So good for you, Keish.
Yeah, congrats, Keish. This has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this since Keish and I first started this podcast back 5, almost 6 years ago. And she wanted to do one more deployment, which did not happen in 2024, and she ended up sticking around, and now she's getting ready to retire. So congrats to her. I think, how many years is it? 25, 30 for her?
I honestly have no
I
clue.
forgot. I
I'd have
remember her saying it. I just don't remember which year it was. But shout out to Miss Keish, and and all of her endeavors, and thank you for your service. We appreciate it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you
yes.
go. We will see you soon. Bye, Soapies.
Have a good weekend. Bye.